So, Sports Wars. This is your boy Big Roy, the Bearded Bulldog, with another Sports Wars podcast / Morgan Brothers Takeover. Everybody's got jobs. Everybody's got lives. Me and John were available this week, and Aaron and Pat weren't. So hopefully we can get them back soon, especially with the big games. Obviously, the big game coming up. But I got John here with me tonight. How you doing today, man?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. So, obviously, I want to talk about it. So, I'm going to take a big swig out of my cup. My sister made me. It's pretty fucking dope. This video doesn't do it any justice, but it literally looks like these logos are on turf. So, Southern Peach Owlet. I will sure to drop a link somewhere. So shout out to my sister Heather for making that for me. I know Roy's super jealous.
My sister too. But yeah, man, that's dope ass cut, man. I love it. I see you're rocking the hometown hat after catching some shit in the chat the other day.
Fucking David Brookins, man. Dude, I literally told this dude I will wear any baseball hat. I will wear any team for hockey. But you will never see me rock another NFL hat nor another college hat. It's either Georgia for college or Falcons for NFL. Any other team is fair game when it comes to hockey, baseball, whatever, soccer. I'll rock a fucking soccer hat, but I don't care. I like hats.
So that brings us to our next point. I know Pat, our very own mayor of Oakland, Pat, is the kind of the connoisseur of clothing. In the among our small little group, me, you, Aaron, Cordarius. I know Cordarius is a bit of a dresser himself. I know Pat is very much into. He will rock pretty much any team's gear. I know me and you have very strict rules for what teams we will and will not rock. I'm the same way. If I'm wearing a pro football team, if I'm wearing their hat. I think I'm a little more lenient than you. Like I would wear a Todd Gurley jersey for the Rams because Todd Gurley went to Georgia. I would wear a Matthew Stafford jersey because Matthew Stafford went to Georgia. Wherever Jake Fromm gets drafted, unless it's a handful of teams, I won't wear a Sony Michel jersey because Sony Michel plays for the Patriots.
Now, I guess let me correct that. If my fat ass could wear jerseys, I'd wear only the local.
No, you know what I'm saying. Okay, if they had a fucking Matt Stafford T-shirt.
Well, what I'm getting at is, I seriously want to look into, shout out to Aaron, sent me a Julio Jones jersey. I'm going to consider trying to find a very cheap way to frame that jersey and hang it up. And I was considering trying to get other players that I like. Obviously, Todd Gurley would be a cool one because he went to Georgia. But I would hang up a Todd Gurley Rams jersey.
Okay, so you would represent but if you could find a Todd Gurley jersey, would you wear it
for Georgia? Yeah.
No.
Los Angeles Rams. Would I wear it?
Yes. Out of the house.
No.
See, it'd
be a dope ass man cave type decoration.
See, and that's where me and you differentiate. I would wear AJ Green for Cincinnati, Matthew Stafford, Nick Chubb. I rock shit out of Nick Chubb jersey. I wouldn't wear one of my favorite Georgia Bulldogs jerseys of all time because he's a Carolina Panther, and that's Thomas Davis.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I wouldn't even put Thomas Davis in my man cave with a Carolina
because he's a Carolina Panther. So
exactly.
There's with hats and gear. Like if there's not a name affiliated with it, I'm not rocking another team's jerseys. I'm not rocking another team's hats. And with the NFL teams.
Okay, I was going to say you're currently rocking a Detroit Tigers hat.
I know college teams only Georgia. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I like their logo. Fuck that. I'm very much, as you can tell from me and John. I don't know about John right now because I don't know, but I'm very much fitted.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't wear any. My head's too goddamn big for a snapback.
Yeah, no snapbacks like that.
Before motherfuckers start pulling cards, I want to address probably something that somebody's going to maybe mention. David, if you watch our fucking videos, I recently wore this hat in one of our recent videos. That is a Mercer University hat. That is a local college team. So let me go ahead and address that shit. I guess I put my foot in my fucking mouth saying I would never wear another college team, but this was at Academy for $8, and it is a local team.
And you know what?
Like literally local, like 10 miles away from
this me. This is different. That's different, man. This is Mercer is that. First off, they don't compete Division. They're not Division I football team.
No,
so they're not going to play Georgia ever.
No, and my dad graduated from Mercer.
So come on, man. Mercer is acceptable. If you're rocking, like, if I want to,
it depends on who you fucking ask if it's acceptable or not.
If I want to rock a Fort Valley State Wildcats hat or jacket, first off, the colors would look a little wild on me because they're like light blue and yellow. So
who is that?
Fort Valley State.
Oh yeah. They got
colors. Whereas the Mercer University orange and black is kind of mean. So I gotta
that's dope as shit.
But yeah, let us know, man. What do you think? Would you rock if you were a Boston Red Sox fan for the sake of fashion? Would you ever rock a Yankees hat? If you were like me personally,
hell no, I could not imagine people doing that.
Me personally, I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. You couldn't pay me to wear a New Orleans Saints hat. You couldn't pay me to wear a Carolina Panthers hat. You couldn't pay me to wear a Bucks hat, Patriots, Cowboys. None of that shit. I'm not wearing none of that. Even as a barely, like, I'm barely a baseball fan because I used to be heavy into it when I was a kid. Kind of grew out of baseball, the whole steroid era. I can make a video for that later if y'all like. I got away from baseball. To this day, I will not rock a Phillies hat. I will not rock a New York Mets hat. I will not rock a Yankees hat. None of that shit.
Meanwhile, I will wear every one of them bitches.
I got the Detroit hat just because I thought it looked dope. I have a Kansas City Royals hat. It's a spring training hat from last year that has an R with a crown on it. My name's Roy, bearded bulldog crown. I love it. So that's why I got that hat. Other than that, man, I mean, I pretty much stayed on my own team. If I got hoodies, it's my team. If I've got shirts, it's my team. Last jersey I bought, Georgia Bulldogs. Unless I admire the player personally, he can't be on a team that I hate. Like I said, I love Sonny Michel was Georgia Bulldog last year. Not buying a Patriots jersey with his name on it. Not gonna do it. So with that said, I know that turned into a kind of a longer conversation than I was expecting.
Yeah, hit us up in the comments, man. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Would you rock another team's gear? Not necessarily a hated team, but any team. Now with that said, we're gonna jump straight into this week's games. And speaking of hated teams, we're gonna jump straight into the first NFC matchup that happened on Saturday. Was the Rams and the Cowboys. This one was probably a better game than I kind of initially envisioned. Prescott was able to kind of do his thing a little bit. He threw for 266 yards, where Goff really, he did okay. One of the bigger stories that I remember from the beginning of it was Amari Cooper and Marcus Peters kind of getting into it, which was hilarious to me.
Dude, why did they only call that flag on Peters?
Because he threw the first punch.
But still, usually the second guy that retaliates is the one that gets caught. Now, granted, I agree Peters should have got flagged, but they both should have got flagged.
Peters was the instigator, man.
Still.
So, and that dates back to when Peters was in KC and Amari was in Oakland.
You know what it honestly goes back to is fucking Marcus Peters from Oakland. I ain't fucking with Marcus Peters.
And then on the other side, there was no escaping it for Amari, because on the other side, you got Aqib Talib, who played him twice a year in Denver. So, yeah. Dude, he just like this was built up. The only way this could have been better is if Michael Crabtree was playing for the fucking Rams or Cowboys.
Oh my God! I was telling Dave, man, I do not like Talib.
No, I don't like Talib's bitch ass either.
But Dave made a good point though. He was like, if he played for the Falcons, you'd like that motherfucker. And I was like,
no, because I like my guys. I like I like the quiet, the hitters, the business, the very busy. Keanu Neal ain't getting in nobody's face. Ken O'Neal's going to put somebody on their ass and walk away.
Fire your ass up, though.
So, I mean, Prescott, I mean, he had a ball game, man. He threw for 266 yards. He only threw for one touchdown. That was the one to Amari very early on. And then Jared Goff didn't throw for a single touchdown, but he didn't have to because
shout out to C.J. Anderson, dude.
They got C.J. Anderson off the fucking streets.
123 yards.
And combined between Anderson and Gurley, they rushed for 238 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Gurley averaged 7.72 yards per play, and C.J. Anderson averaged 5.3.
The Cowboys just got fucking manhandled, man.
Yes.
Zeke had 20 rushes for 47 yards. They got manhandled the whole game. I mean, time of possession wasn't close, 36-23. I mean, damn. Penalties were, I mean, the Rams got penalized more yards, but they got the same amount of penalties, which is crazy to me that this wasn't because I figured it was going to be a defensive battle and you get guys like Talib and Ndamukong Suh and Peters. I just knew some fucking hot-headed shit was going to happen, and it didn't. Outside of that one Peters-Cooper kind of blow-up, nothing really happened after that.
Why is Jason Garrett still the Cowboys coach?
Because of seasons like this. He'll have he had.
This is how many playoff wins for Jason Garrett?
2, I think, total.
So, it's like my main problem with Jason Garrett, dude, is the lack of emotion. This dude literally all he does is clap. That's it. No emotion at all. I want a motherfucker to get fired up.
He has been the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys since 2010 when he took over as the interim head coach. So he has been there since 2010, and I'm trying to check his playoff record. He is 2 and
shout out to Pro Football
Reference. Yo, love it. He is 2-3 in the playoffs, including this year's win against Seattle.
So 3 playoff appearances. He's won
2 games.
2 games.
The first one was in 2014, and that's kind of his MO, man. Like he got the job because he took over in week 10 and finished 5-3. Then he went 8-8 for 3 straight years, and they were like, "Oh man, he's about to get fired." And then he went 12-4, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna sign him to an extension." He turned it around, and then the next year 4-12. And they're like, "Oh, you got to turn it around. You got to do something." And then he goes 13-3 with Dak Prescott because Tony Romo went down. Or the 4-12 year, they gave him a pass because they were like, well, Tony Romo did get injured. And then Tony Romo gets hurt again, and then Dak comes in and does his thing as a rookie quarterback with no fucking tape on him. And they go 13-3 but get bounced out in the first round of the playoffs or after a bye week in their first home game. And then they go –
okay, I didn't mean to cut you off. So what do you think Dallas – what is their solution? Is it front office?
There isn't one because Jerry is too involved, and Jerry is not going to hire – Jerry is not going to hire a dude like Mike McCarthy who is not – he learned his lesson twice. Jerry hired a Bill Parcells. Jerry hired a Jimmy Johnson.
So you think Jason Garrett's a yes man, and I'll do what the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah.
And that's why he's still there.
And he'll have just enough success to not get fired. And the difference is, man, you got to look at the whole. You got to look at the whole picture. Jason Garrett isn't just he's been an assistant coach here forever. Because he's been an assistant coach in Dallas. Since I was just looking at it. Jason Garrett has been an assistant coach in Dallas since 2007.
Wow.
And before that, he was a quarterbacks coach in Miami. You know what his job was before he was a coach?
What was that?
He was a fucking backup quarterback to Troy Aikman.
Yeah. I remember them saying that.
Cowboy quarterback. Jerry Jones has been around this dude since I don't want to say since he was a kid, but 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
Jerry's not going to fire this dude.
So Jerry Jones is pretty much a puppet master, and Jason Garrett's like, all right.
Jason Garrett is not going to get on TV and pull a fucking Suge Knight and like you want an owner who's not all up in the videos and on front of TV cameras and doing all the interviews. That's what Jerry Jones is, man. And Jerry, part of the downfall of Dallas is like the Jimmy Johnson years. Everybody knows the reason why Jimmy and Jerry didn't mix was because they both wanted credit for what happened for those two Super Bowl years, and neither one of them was with like. Jerry was like, oh, I did that shit. And Jimmy was like, no, I did that shit. And because Jerry was the one writing the checks, he was like, well, you get the fuck out of here. I'll do it again. And then he did. He did it with Barry Switzer, but he did it with Jimmy's players. And then they ain't done shit else since. So it's kind of proved Jimmy right that he was the man. And Jerry's been he's been chasing that ghost ever since, man. He's hired Wade Phillips. He's hired Bill Parcells, who, I mean, he's trying to prove that he's the football genius when it was just the guys he was keeping around him. And I'm not saying that Jerry is a football idiot because he does. I mean, he knows his shit. There's a reason that the Cowboys are one of the most marketable franchises in the world, not just in this country. The Cowboys are like, I won't say they're top 10 as far as franchise worth in the world. They're up there with like Manchester United and the fucking Ronaldo team or the team Ronaldo's on. I don't even know it. But they're up there with the franchise worth is up there with that, man. So I just
shout out to Skeletor, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I don't think Jason Garrett's going anywhere. What's crazy is the day before the game they were talking about a contract extension, like long term. He's gonna get it.
All right, let's go before that shit pisses me off.
Yeah, Garrett will get an extension this year, and then next year he'll go like 4-12 again. But I mean, man, same as what you were saying, man. C.J. Anderson was impressive. They manhandled the Cowboys. There's no way, two ways around it. They were up 20-7 by halftime, and I mean 23-15, and they just the Cowboys hung around, but I don't even think the final score was indicative.
I mean, and we're talking about this game like it wasn't decent, but this was the best game of the weekend. All the other games were fucking trash.
But I mean, even then, I mean, by halftime it was 20-7, and then 23-7, and then Zeke scores a touchdown. They get they make it an 8-point game with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and it turned. I mean, it got it was a nail biter there for a second.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, it just didn't live up, man. I mean, I still think it was a good game, but I mean, when you say best game of the weekend, you're comparing it to these others, and I mean, we'll go straight to the other game that was probably considered the second best of the weekend in some people's eyes.
Yeah, I mean, do we really need to address the Colts and Chiefs game?
Oh no, I was going to go straight. No, the second best game I was going to go to the Eagles and the Saints.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Do we even need to talk about the blowout of these other ones? I mean, because we can go straight to the Eagles and the Saints and just talk about it.
I mean, we all know that the Chargers didn't get beat. The Chargers got embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
The Chiefs-Colts, just touching on that one, that score is a lot it looks a lot closer than it was. They were absolutely fucking manhandled, and it wasn't by Mahomes. If I told you, just a brief kind of touching on this game, if I told you that the Chiefs were going to win this game by 17 plus points, by more than 17 points, but Mahomes wasn't going to throw a single touchdown, you'd have thought I was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Mahomes did not throw a single touchdown in this game. They have 4 dudes with a rushing touchdown.
Now, to be fair, Mahomes did score one of those rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, no, he did. He did. Damian Williams scored. He got 25 rushes for 129 yards. Tyreek Hill, 1 rush, 1 touchdown. That fucker's fast. Yeah, just put it out there. The fucker's fast. But this game, again, the score is, what are you going to believe, 31-13, or you actually watch the game, and it just, man, it was 17-0, and then 17-7, and it looked a little something. Now, the 17-7 is misleading as fuck because they scored those 7 points on a blocked field goal, a blocked punt. and they just landed in the end zone. It very well would have been 24-0 before the Colts even fucking sniffed anything.
They didn't get their first down until under 2 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, so this game was not close.
Shout out to Andy Reid for digging in the ass of the fans for throwing snowballs.
Although, man, look, Colts ain't got nothing to hang their heads about. I think they got 9 draft picks and like $100 million in cap space. They're fixing to make some fucking waves this offseason.
Oh, yeah.
Keep everybody healthy. Make the right moves. Don't bring in poison to your locker room. You know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, man, Chiefs look good. Chiefs are rolling. Now, the next, like I said, and then, of course, I'm not going to dignify Patriots and Chargers with anything other than what the fuck were y'all doing? Moving on to the Saints-Eagles. This game started very surprising. 14-0 Eagles.
I thought for sure the Eagles were going to fucking lock this up quick.
It looked for sure like some fuckery was afoot.
And I was super excited.
And I'm sure the Saints fans weren't they probably weren't getting that old Minnesota Miracle vibe going yet. They were still getting nervous. Although my favorite shit was when they once the Eagles, when the Saints finally took the lead, it was 20-14, and Foles had the ball with like 2 minutes to go, and they start kind of chipping away down the field and shit. And you could kind of like, I'm in Central Georgia, okay? I'm in the middle of Georgia, and I could hear like Saints fans assholes puckering like around us.
Oh, here we go.
They started marching down the field, and you could feel kind of like that Nick Foles magic starting to take. And they're just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. This happened last year. Oh shit, oh shit. And then Alshon fucking Jeffrey, a week after talking all that bullshit in Chicago,
that is so embarrassing,
goes and lets one slip through his fucking hands.
Literally.
Like, watch the replay, dude. There's no fucking way he shouldn't have called this. It wasn't, he just barely tipped it. No. Coaches tell you to make the fucking triangle, make the goddamn Rockefeller symbol when you're catching the ball.
And it went through
and it went straight through the motherfucker, right over his shoulder into Marshawn Lattimore's hands.
Yeah.
So, Alshon Jeffries. What the fuck, dude?
The funniest the funniest one that I've seen outside of what was that? I didn't quite catch it. That's lame as shit. The funniest one I seen was you ever watch Key and Peele when he was like, "Oh, you done messed up now, Ron."
Yeah, you done messed up, Sean or some shit.
Yeah, I thought that shit was so funny.
But yeah, man, we what the fuck? You can't like this is equivalent. Now I'm saying it ain't quite as equivalent because Jalen Ramsey was talking mad shit and then got shit on pretty much week in, week out.
Yeah, no, that Jalen Ramsey shit's worse than this.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man,
I will give the dude credit though. He owned up to it and he talked to the media, and it looked to be very emotional. He was like, I'll take this. This is all on me. Well,
because obviously, you can't do anything but like, you know what, I fucked up.
Well, what I'm getting at is he didn't bitch up and was like, nah, man, something happened. I tripped or whatever. He was pretty much was like, I fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, you got to at that point, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was, I don't know what the fuck happened to the Eagles, man. Like they just dried up. Like,
now we must rely on the Rams.
Yep. And with that said, we're gonna go straight into next week's games. The early NFC game, the early game, the NFC Championship game, features the Los Angeles Rams at the New Orleans Saints.
Can we both agree that the Superdome is a difficult place to play?
It can be.
Yeah. I think this is going to be super fucking loud.
In the last meeting, which actually happened earlier this year, the New Orleans Saints defeated the Los Angeles Rams 45-35. This one was in New Orleans. They beat them by 10 points. Let's see who is out for this game. Defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins is out, but I think that was one that everybody already knew about. There's no really big names. I mean, there's no really big names that we didn't already know. If we're going by the previous meeting, I think this is one of the first like NFC Championship games in recent memory, or first weekend of AFC and NFC Championship games in recent memory that they were both like rematches from earlier in the year. Excuse me. This one, the one from previous from earlier in the year, it was the 8-1 Rams versus the 8-1 Rams versus the 7-1 Saints, and I mean the Saints just jumped out on them, man. They were up 35-17 at the half, and they actually climbed back into it. They were 35 to 27. And then the Saints they finally matter of fact, I think this was the infamous the cell phone game when Michael Thomas scored right at the end and ran to the end zone and got that touchdown.
Michael Thomas.
Peters is going to have some shit to say about that. And what was the punchline to the joke where he said, "Oh yeah, I tried to call Marcus Peters, but it said no coverage."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so. This is gonna be. I think this is gonna be a fun game, man.
I like this. I like this game better than I like the Patriots Chiefs game.
And we're gonna dive into that one because I got some news and notes for that shit. I mean that game here. It wasn't a heavily penalized game. There were 6 flags between the two teams. Each team had 1 turnover. Saints fumbled, whereas the Rams threw an interception. Goff threw for over 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Breeze threw for 346 yards and 4 touchdowns.
At what point in I can't remember when this game took place, because I know towards the beginning, the Saints were it was Drew Brees winning these games, and it wasn't their defense helping them out any. Was this game early?
It was a 45-35 game. So there you
go. Okay, so I mean the defense for New Orleans has clearly changed and has gotten better. Do you see it being that high of score of a game again?
I think so. Although honestly, I think something's going on with Drew Brees. I don't think he's healthy. There were a couple times that first pass of the game when he underthrew a guy, and that's what caused that pass to get intercepted against the Eagles. There was another play where he clearly had the wide receiver had his guy beat, and Drew Brees underthrew it. I don't know if it's a Cam Newton type situation where he maybe injured his shoulder and he can't throw as deep. That could be a problem. Aaron Donald is a motherfucking problem. Aaron Donald is going to be in that backfield. They better protect Brees. Brees is a veteran. He's a veteran quarterback. He's smart enough to know he can't hold on to this ball. Not like Dak.
I mean, Donald only had 2 tackles in the Cowboys game,
but there was one tackle that I fucking saw when he hit Zeke, and that shit made me want to lay down.
I remember that one.
So if there are certain tackles, you only have to have like 1 or 2 of those a game where you lay a motherfucker down, and they're just like, "Yep, that's it. We're done. We're done."
They definitely remember that, and it makes me think of that the Water Boy scene where he's like 62.
Yeah. So I mean, in the going over the last 5 matchups. They actually played each other the last 3 years. Including this year. They played. It looks like all their games usually get scheduled for November, which is crazy. The home team has won all 5 of the last 5 matchups.
So that's not good for the Rams.
It's not good for the Rams, no. But see, 2 of them. The one, not the last 3, but the first 2. Those were back when it was the St. Louis Rams, and that was in 2013 and then 2011. So I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to see.
Let's go Rams. That's who I'm rooting for.
Let's go Rams. I'm also saying that. It's crazy because like New Orleans is a better team on the road than at home. New Orleans is 6-2 at home. They're 7-1 on the road, whereas the Rams are 6-2 on the road and 7-1 at home. So, I mean, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good game. It may be. I think we're in for a lot of points between the AFC and NFC games. Now, with that said, jumping straight into what has probably the likely going to be the more entertaining game of the year. The first game that they played was entertaining as fuck. It went down to the wire. Patriots, Kansas City. They played back in October in Foxborough. This one is going to be in Arrowhead.
Let's first off start by saying that they're projecting that it's supposed to be negative fucking 5 degrees.
Yeah. Well, they said the temperature could be anywhere between -5 to 10. I'm from Georgia. I couldn't tell you what the difference in that feels like.
Fuck that.
Yeah. I don't know what 10 to negative what's the difference between. I can tell you what the difference is between 85 and fucking 100. I can say that difference I can tell you. -5 to 10, I couldn't tell you. My brain doesn't register negative temperature.
Shit.
Now this first matchup that was in Gillette, it was in October, which October in Foxborough probably gets a little nippy, but not -5. Like they're talking about setting records here with how fucking cold it's going to be in Missouri. Missouri. Lots of scoring in this game. 83 combined points between the Patriots and the Chiefs in that first game. The Patriots jumped out. It was 24-9 at halftime, and then the Chiefs bounced back. And I mean, it was just heavyweight punches back and forth, and the Patriots ended up winning it on a 28-yard field goal as time expired to win 43-40. The Chiefs only had the lead for a couple minutes, if that, in the entire game, when they took a 33-30 lead, and then the next thing they did was they tied the game at 40. Mahomes fucking balled out. He threw 4 touchdowns, but he did throw for 2 picks. Brady, on the other hand, only threw 1 touchdown in this game. This was another one of, I want to say this was one of Sony Michel's first kind of coming out games. It was a primetime game. He rushed for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a damn good game. Even Tom Brady got a rushing touchdown in this one.
Shout out to Sonny Michel, but I hope he stays the fuck home in this game.
Yeah, man. I it kills me to see, like, I see him and I see the name on the jersey, and it brings a smile to my face because it's a kid I watched all 4 years at Georgia, and I'm just like, man, I'm glad this kid's doing well. But then I see the logo on the side of the helmet, and I'm just like, man, please get traded or somebody else. Like
it's easier to root for fucking Nick Chubb at the Browns than it is for Sonny Michel.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I want a Nick Chubb jersey so bad, just so I can. I mean, it makes me worry kind of the implications of a fat dude wearing Chubb across the back. I don't know.
Wow.
So, my luck, somebody fucking vandalized the jersey. I just walk around with Chubby written on me all day.
I do that.
Now, one of the big differences that we won't dive into too much, because there's already a video on the Sports Wars YouTube channel about this subject. One of the big differences between this matchup and the last one, no Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt rushed, or he got 80 yards rushing and 105 yards receiving. So he had 185 all-purpose yards with 1 receiving touchdown. He's not going to be here. He might be, but it will be buying a ticket.
And if you have no idea why Kareem Hunt is not here, go check out that video.
Yeah, go check out the video. And it needs more hits. It needs more it needs more angry comments is what it needs.
Yeah, we'd love to get more views.
So, yeah, please bump that fucking video.
Yeah.
Another big difference, no Josh Gordon for the Patriots. Although he got 5 catches for 42 yards in this one.
Really a huge difference in that game?
I mean, 5 catches is a lot, but I mean, there's still some. This game is going to be very interesting. I'm calling the Chiefs here, man. I think the what do they say? Home field advantage is good enough to get you 3 points, and that's exactly what the Patriots won by the first time they met, and it was a fucking shootout.
Is this truly who you think are going to win, or
yes,
is it, yes. I don't want the fucking Patriots to win?
Yeah, this is truly who I think is going to win. Just because, like I said, earlier this season when this game started, you could tell Mahomes walking into Gillette was in awe. He was in awe of Brady. He was in awe of the banners. He was just everything in that first half. And it showed, man. They were down 24-9 at the half. And then he fucking marches back and starts wheeling and dealing to Tyreek Hill, and Hunt starts going off. So I don't think Mahomes is going to hopefully he got the bugs out in last week's game with the kind of the playoff jitters, because like I said, no touchdowns last week. They can't afford him to do that shit this week. Also, I know the Patriots kind of looked unstoppable last week against the Chargers. They literally played a perfect game, and the Chargers couldn't adjust. They couldn't adjust anything. I've seen just I can't even fucking it short circuits my brain how fucking bad they played. But that's it, man. That's what we came to with the game. Who's you picking, man? You picking the Chiefs or the Pats?
I'm not gonna lie. I want the fucking Chiefs to win. Fuck the Patriots.
Okay, so we're going with who you want to win, not who you think's going to win.
Exactly.
Okay, I think the Chiefs are going to win. I want the Chiefs.
Well, I guess
so. For me, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Go Rams, Chiefs, Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now the Rams, yes. Please. I'm not super confident because the Saints.
To kind of piggyback on our last video, I don't give a fuck who wins the Patriots-Chiefs game as long as the Rams win.
Yeah. So. Like I said, just let us know your thoughts below, man. We're going to go ahead and call this a night. I'm going to end this one specially. Actually, man, go ahead with your shout out.
I was actually gonna ask if I could borrow just a shitty shout out.
Okay, yeah.
Just want to borrow it, just maybe one time.
See how it fits.
Yeah. I know we don't usually discuss politics on this show. I don't care who you voted for. I really don't care. But my shitty shout out is to the fucker in the White House serving Big Macs, French fries, pizzas to the national fucking champions.
What was it? Pizzas? I thought it was just like Wendy's and McDonald's.
Dude, it was. They had pizzas being served with silver fucking tongs, French fries, Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, and he blamed it on the government shutdown. Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? National championship, trip to the White House, and you feed these motherfuckers hamburgers.
I mean, hey, Obama would have had a grill.
We're not going to talk about that, but
hey, at the very least,
it would have been fucking better than that.
You could have chipped on like beer and pizza, beer and pizza on the White House lawn.
Come on, dude. Yes, I mean, that's probably not setting a good example, but. Come on, dude. Fucking Big Macs.
Beer and pizza on the White House lawn. No, there's not a Zaxby's nearby. Nobody could have put an order in for hot wings.
You know what? Now that you mentioned the whole Obama grill thing, I can only imagine some motherfuckers are going to come in the comments like, oh, yeah, Obama would have had chitlins and collard greens and what the fuck?
Nah, man. Yeah, let's I mean, okay, we'll go with it on the comments below. Let us know what your White House menu would have been. Government shutdown. What would your White House have been? Again, we're not. I'm not bashing any.
No, yeah, we don't give a fuck who
the fuck are you voting for? Okay,
just tell us what you wanted to fucking eat. Tell us what you wanted to fucking eat. If you just won the national championship, you want to go grub the fuck out and chill.
Like,
you don't want to go pick up a goddamn. You could pick up a Big Mac at fucking the corner store down the street.
Yeah, I mean, nobody made a beer run.
No
beer and wings. Like that reminds me of that meme, the Little Caesars meme. To it's hot and ready, but is it good? It's hot and it's ready.
Yeah.
So,
dog.
so
That's
your
my
shitty
shitty
shout out
shout out,
is
dog.
to
That is fucking terrible. Shout out to fucking POTUS for that shitty ass fucking dinner.
that's regardless of politics. Regardless of
Yeah,
that shit.
regardless of who you
If
voted for,
Obama would have did it, if Clinton would have did it, if Bush would have did it,
I would have fired them bitches up too.
yeah. So I mean,
No.
what would you have catered for your White House dinner? Let us know in the comments below. This is gonna get us in some trouble.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I mean, I don't. Obviously, people know we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck who you voted for.
I don't care either.
So, but let us know.
Burger.
Let us know what your White House dinner would have been. What restaurant would you have preferred that gone to? We're going to end this podcast tonight on that note. As always, fuck Tom Brady. And in this week,
subscribe,
fuck the Saints too. Like, subscribe, holla at us.